I am 101 years old. I have outlived my wife by 20 years. I have outlived my siblings. I have outlived the doctors who told me I wouldn't make it past 80. And perhaps most importantly, I have outlived the foolish version of myself that used to worry about the opinions of people who are now long dead. I am standing at the very edge of the cliff of existence. I can see the great drop. I can see the mist at the bottom. And before I step off into that final silence, I need to turn around and shout to you, the people still back there playing games at the party, what I see from this vantage point. Because you are living a comfortable, dangerous lie. You are walking around with the arrogant delusion that you have time. You treat your days like they are cheap pennies, like you have an infinite supply of them overflowing from your pockets. You spend them on anger, on worry, on scrolling through glowing screens that show you the fake lives of strangers. So, I am here to tell you, with the brutal honesty of a centenarian, that you are broke. We are all going to die. You know this in your brain, logically, but you do not know it in your bones. You do not feel the cold wind of it against your face. If you did, you wouldn't be living the way you are. You wouldn't be postponing your joy. Let me tell you about a man named Kenji. It was 1965. Kenji was my business partner and my closest friend. He was sharper than me, more ambitious than me, and far wealthier than me. He was a tiger in the boardroom. We were having sake one night in Tokyo, celebrating a massive international contract he had just secured. He was loosening his tie, his face flushed with the victory of commerce, and he looked at me and said, "George, just 3 more years. That is the plan. I push hard for 3 more years. I secure the legacy for the children. Then I retire. Then I buy the small house in Kyoto near the bamboo forest. Then I practice my calligraphy. Then I start living." Kenji had it all mapped out. He had a schedule for his happiness. 2 weeks later, Kenji walked out of a taxi, clutched his chest, and collapsed on the pavement before his briefcase even hit the ground. A massive aneurysm. He was 45 years old. He never saw the bamboo forest. He never picked up the calligraphy brush. I stood over his ashes, and the tragedy wasn't that Kenji died. Death is natural. The tragedy was that Kenji spent his entire existence holding his breath, waiting to exhale. He treated his life like a waiting room for a better future that never arrived. And the cruelest part came when I went to his office to clear out his desk. His calendar was booked solid for the next 8 months. His inbox was overflowing with urgent demands. The world did not stop because Kenji died. The river of commerce flowed right over his absence. His company replaced him in a month. His clients forgot his name in 2 years. And right now, looking at you, I see Kenji. You are telling yourself the same lie. I'll be happy when I pay off the mortgage. I'll take the trip when the business stabilizes. I'll tell her I love her when the time is right. Let me give you a hard fact from a man who has lived a century. There is no later, there is only now. And if you are trading your now for a later that is not guaranteed, you are making the worst bet in the history of human gambling. Let's talk about your possessions. I look at your generation, and I see a sickness of accumulation. You are obsessed with gathering. You buy things you do not need, with money you do not have, to impress people who do not care about you. I live in a small room now in an assisted living facility. I have a narrow bed. I have a comfortable chair. I have a photograph of my wife, Aiko. I used to have a big house in the suburbs. I used to have luxury cars in the driveway. I used to have closets full of tailored suits. And I am telling you, with the absolute clarity of the end game, it is all heavy garbage. I have been to more funerals than you can imagine. I have never, not once, seen a moving truck following a hearse. When you die, your children are going to hire a stranger to come into your house and throw 90% of your precious treasures into a dumpster. The other 10% they will sell at a yard sale for pennies on the dollar. That is the sum total of your materialism, future trash. So why are you breaking your back to buy it? Why are you working 60 hours a week, missing your daughter's childhood, to pay for a car that sits in traffic? It is madness. And you won't realize it is madness until you are sitting where I am sitting, unable to walk without a cane, realizing that you cannot return the merchandise. Let me tell you about the big victory. It was 1982. I was given a prestigious award for industry leadership, a black tie gala. I walked up to the podium. 500 people stood up and applauded. I felt like an emperor. I felt like I had won the game of life. I went home that night holding the heavy crystal trophy. My house was dark. My wife, Aiko, was asleep. My children were grown and gone. I sat at my kitchen table alone, pouring a drink, staring at this piece of etched glass. And I realized the applause had stopped. The people at that dinner didn't care about me. They cared about what my position could do for them. And the people upstairs, the woman who actually loved me, I had neglected her for months to win that piece of glass. I missed my son's baseball games to stay late at the office. I missed anniversary dinners to close mergers. And for what? That trophy is currently in a box in a basement somewhere. I don't even know where it is. But the memory of ICO's sad eyes when I told her I couldn't make it to the mountains that weekend, that is right here. That stays. You think your career is your legacy. It is not. It is a transaction. You are selling the hours of your life, hours you will never, ever get back, to build someone else's castle. If you drop dead today, your job would be posted online before your obituary is printed. Do not worship at the altar of your career. It will not love you back. It will not hold your hand when the lights go out. So what matters? If the money is fake, and the career is a trap, and the stuff is garbage, what is left, I will tell you. The only things you get to keep are the things you gave away. The love you gave, the time you gave, the connection. I sit here in this chair, unable to run, unable to see clearly, and I don't replay my business deals. I replay the Sunday mornings with Aiko, drinking tea while it rained. I replay the sound of my grandson laughing when I taught him to fish. I replay the time I helped a neighbor rebuild his fence after a storm. That is the only wealth there is. Everything else is smoke. So, here is my challenge to you. Here is the strategy for the rest of your life, born from 101 years of trial and error. Number 1, kill your ego. You are so terrified of looking foolish. You don't take the risk. You don't start the art project. You don't speak your truth. Why? Because you are afraid of what they will think. Let me liberate you. Nobody is watching you. They are too busy worrying about themselves. You are the main character only in your own head. To everyone else, you are background noise. Stop letting your fear of other people's judgment paralyze you. Their judgment will rot in the ground right next to them. Do what calls to your spirit. Number 2, practice the Japanese concept of ichigo ichii. It translates roughly to one time, one meeting. It means that this moment, right now, will never happen again. This specific gathering of light, of people, of breath, is unique. Every time you do something, remind yourself that one day you will do it for the last time. One day you will pick up your child for the last time, and you won't know it's the last time until much later. One day you will kiss your spouse for the last time. One day you will drink a cup of coffee for the last time. You don't know when that day is. It could be 10 years from now. It could be today. If you live with that knowledge, you will never take a moment for granted again. Will taste the coffee. You will put down the phone and look into your partner's eyes. You will hold the hug a little longer. Number 3, wake up. I am 101. My joints ache. My energy is low. But you have the golden ticket. You have your health. You have your youth. Even if you are 60, you are young to me, and you are spending it scrolling through a device, numbing yourself with dopamine. Stop it. Go outside. Feel the wind on your skin. Look at the sky. Call your mother while she can still answer. Forgive your enemy, not for them, but because you don't have time to carry the heavy luggage of hate anymore. We are all going to die. It is the only guarantee we have. But most people never actually live. They just exist. They stay safe, they stay comfortable, and then they expire. Don't be like Kenji. Don't wait for the retirement plan. Eat the good food. Buy the plane ticket. Say I love you first, even if your voice shakes, because the clock is ticking. Can you hear it? That is the sound of your life running out. Don't let it run out empty. I am tired now. The cliff is close. But you still have room to run. Go live.